Steve Bannon is the so-called CEO of Trump's campaign. No one knows what that means. That's a title they made up. That didn't really exist that much in politics before. Anyway, we've got tape of him talking about why liberals don't like strong conservative women like Sarah Palin. And he talked about this a couple of years back now. And he had an interesting theory on it, and I wanted to share it with you. It's in a 2011 radio interview. And then I want to talk to you about what it indicates for the conservative mind and for the Trump campaign. Let's watch.
The progressive narrative, Saturday morning was the progressive narrative, and that is all about victimhood. They're either a victim of race, they're a victim of their sexual preference, they're a victim of gender. It's all about victimhood, right? In the United States, is the great oppressor, not the great liberator. And so these women cut to the heart of the progressive narrative. You know, that's why there's the unintended consequences of the women's liberation movement. That in fact, the women that would lead this country would be feminine, they would be pro-family, they would have husbands, they would love their children. They wouldn't be a bunch of dykes that came from the seven sister schools up in New England.
A bunch of dykes from the Seven Sisters schools. No, he said that. Okay. So the Seven Sisters schools are a bunch of liberal arts schools from the Northeast, like Bryn Mawr, Radcliffe, etc. And so now this is not during the campaign. Like I said, it was a couple of years back, right? I care about it more in terms of who this guy is, why Trump selected him, and even more importantly, the mindset of the conservative. So Trump didn't select him because Steve Bannon has made outrageous and offensive comments before. He didn't select him despite that. He selected him because of that. So he's proud of his defense of the alt-right and et cetera. It's not like we didn't know who Steve Bannon was. We had a long history here with Steve Bannon. Yes, we found out some new things. His wife accused him of anti-Semitism during their divorce, saying that he wouldn't want to send his girls to a Jewish school because he didn't want them hanging out with Jews. Right? And apparently domestic assault charges, et cetera. Okay, that maybe they didn't know because they're incompetent and they didn't bother checking. But generally, they knew what Steve Bannon was about. They knew he's the kind of guy who would just say dykes in the middle of an interview on the radio. But to me, the more interesting part is the concept that he lays out in the beginning. The liberals, they're all about victimhood, you know, like anyone is discriminating against blacks or gays or anything like that. And by the way, look at these frickin' dykes. All right, no, but you see, you just proved that people do discriminate against them, including you. You're going around throwing slurs around, and then you turn around and go, so what are they worried about, man? What's the big deal? There's no discrimination left. The very next paragraph, you prove that discrimination. Now, in reality, why does he talk about victimhood? Why, Rush Limbaugh's obsessed with this. Bill O'Reilly on Fox News is obsessed with this. Oh, the liberals love to play the victim. As always, it is a psychological case of projection. They actually love being the victim. That's why Bill O'Reilly invents things like the war on Christmas. Because how else is he going to be a victim? He wants to be a victim so bad but he's a powerful, wealthy, white man. He's in pretty good shape in America, right? Up until Barack Obama, every single president was a white man, you know, and the list goes on, right? So what does he have to do? He has to invent things like, oh, Starbucks wouldn't say Christmas to me. They said Happy Holidays. Oh, I'm such a victim. They said Happy Holidays to me. Oh, you pathetic losers. You're looking for that victimhood in every way, and then you pretend that the liberals are, oh, these guys, they got an unarmed black man getting shot. Oh, what do you guys think, you're victims? Yeah, that's an actual victim. The guy got shot when he didn't deserve to get shot. The guy in South Carolina got shot in the back. He didn't have a weapon. The guy in Chicago, Laquan McDonald, walking away, gets shot in the back. Yeah, that's a victim. Not somebody said Happy Holidays to me when I thought they should have told me Merry Christmas, because who cares about the Jews and the Muslims and the Buddhists and the atheists and all those guys? No, you must say my holiday, right? Otherwise, you're victimizing me. No, you guys, that's the whole conservative mentality. That's why when you say, hey, can we look into the training of the police officers, make sure they're not shooting too quickly? How dare you, war on cops! War on cops! Red alert! We are the victims. We're the victims. If you take away this much of our power that we held over you, then we're going to cry bloody murder and cry about it all day long. But if you actually cry about literal bloody murder, How dare you? Look at you trying to be victims. That's the conservative mindset. You get hours of extra content if you're a Young Turks member. tytnetwork.com/join.
Go ahead, girl.